Hello, my dear students. This is your Baskaran, and I am very glad to meet you all through English in its element. With the belief that all the sessions I give you are very useful, I commence this episode. Please listen carefully and attentively. As the continuation of the previous episode, we continue the exercises of degrees of comparison in the textbook, and we start with task 2 now. The instruction here is rewrite each of the following sentences using the superlative degree retaining the meaning. The first sentence is Shakespeare is greater than many other dramatists of the world. We find the phrase many other dramatists. So, the answer in superlative degree is Shakespeare is one of the greatest dramatists of the world. Shakespeare is one of the greatest dramatists of the world. Number 2. Some people think that nothing is as important as money in life. Some people think that nothing is as important as money in life. Here, the phrase is as important as. So, when we change this into superlative degree, some people think that money is the most important thing in life. Some people think that money is the most important thing in life. Question number 3. The peacock is more colorful than any other bird found in India. The peacock is more colorful than any other bird found in India. Here we have to note than any other bird. So the answer in superlative is the peacock is the most colorful bird found in India. The peacock is the most colorful bird found in India. Number 4. Very few people in this town are as generous as Mr. Mohan. Very few people in this town are as generous as Mr. Mohan. Here, listen to the words very few people and as generous as. So, the answer in superlative is Mr. Mohan is one of the most generous people. Mr. Mohan is one of the most generous people in this town. Number 5. No other planet in our solar system is as cold as Neptune. No other planet in our solar system is as cold as Neptune. Here the words to be noted are no other planet and as cold as. So the answer in the superlative degree is Neptune is the coldest planet. Neptune is the coldest planet in our solar system. Coming to number 6. I cannot do anything better for you than this. I cannot do anything better for you than this. So here the words to be noted are better and than this. In sentence number 6, in addition to the words I told you that you should make note of, there are 2 more words that you should take into consideration, and those words are cannot and do. That That is cannot do. Right. So the answer in the superlative is this is the best thing. This is the best thing that I can do for you. This is the best thing that I can do for you. Now we are moving on to task number 3. Task 3 is to replace the comparative adjectives in the following sentences with their positive forms. Let's see the sentences now. Sentence 1. Rural life is certainly more peaceful than urban life. Rural life is certainly more peaceful than urban life. Here, the words more peaceful than indicate that this is in comparative degree, and here two things are compared. One is rural life, the other one is urban life. So, when we change this into positive degree, we have to begin the sentence with urban life, and so the answer is urban life is certainly not so peaceful as rural life. Urban life is certainly not so peaceful as rural life. Number 2. The pen is mightier than the sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. Here, the words mightier than indicate that this is in comparative degree. When we write this in positive degree, here the things compared are the pen and the sword. Since the sentence here in comparative degree begins with the pen, when we write the positive degree, we have to begin our sentence with the words the sword. So the answer is the sword is not so mighty as the pen. The sword is not so mighty as the pen. We have seen that when two things are compared, if one sentence, whether it is in comparative degree or in positive degree, when two things are compared, there is no superlative degree. We have got only comparative and positive degrees. If one sentence is positive, I mean affirmative, without the word not, then the other sentence when we write, we have to make it negative. If the comparative is negative, its positive must be affirmative. If the comparative is affirmative, its positive should be negative. Okay, so here the answer is the sword is not so mighty as the pen. Number 3. Train journey is more comfortable than bus journey. Here also two things are compared, train journey and bus journey. And what is said here is train journey is more comfortable than bus journey. Here also more comfortable than. These words indicate that this is in comparative degree. When we write this in positive degree, here the given sentence is affirmative. You don't find the word not here. So when we write the positive degree sentence, we have to write it negatively. That is, we must begin the sentence with bus journey. So the answer is bus journey is not so comfortable as train journey. I repeat, bus journey is not so comfortable as train journey. Number 4 now. My mother can speak more sweetly than anyone else. My mother can speak more sweetly than anyone else. Here, more sweetly than. These words indicate that this is in comparative degree. And if you look at the verb, it is can speak. It is affirmative. And when we write this in positive degree, we have to begin the sentence with the negative word, because the comparison is between my mother and anyone else. So, The answer is no one else can speak so sweetly as my mother. No one else can speak so sweetly as my mother. Now, sentence 5. Gold is not more useful than iron. Gold is not more useful than iron. Here, again, two things are compared. They are gold and iron. And if you see the verb, it is negative because you find is not. Then, if you see the degree, more useful than, it indicates that it is in comparative degree. Now we have to change this into positive degree, and the given sentence here is negative, so when we write the answer, it should be affirmative, that is without not. And since gold and iron are compared, when we write the answer, we should begin it with iron. So the answer is iron is as useful as gold. Iron is as useful as gold. This is how we have to think and answer. We will see more in my next or further episodes, and I believe all that I told you were easy to understand. Anyway, let's meet again in our next episode. Until then, thank you and goodbye from your Baskaran.